When we invite the divine feminine into our lives, we also invite in self-compassion. We invite in an acceptance of our whole selves. This allows us to stand in full self-expression where we can show up without any masks as who we really and truly are. And in this video, I want to share with you 3 ways in which you can invite the divine feminine into your life. And it's going to be really helpful if you want to access that sacred feminine energy. Now, one of the most difficult things must be to be radically honest with yourself. No one likes to be faced with those undesirable aspects of themselves. It's easier and more comfortable to just suppress or push it away or distract ourselves so that we don't have to feel or face that. And when we connect into our divine feminine energy, when we want to call the divine feminine into our lives, it does require of us to become radically honest. So we are not honest with ourselves every time that we don't uphold our boundaries. Every time that we wait for someone to rescue us, every time that we suppress and deny our feelings, and every time that we don't ask for what we need. The reason that we are not honest with ourselves, the reason why we just push through and get to the other side is because it is a very helpful survival strategy. It allows us to get on with our lives. But there comes a point where this type of survival strategy doesn't serve anymore. So inviting in the divine feminine then through our radical honesty requires of us to, with courage, examine and explore and deepen into all of our feelings, all of our patterns, all of our limiting beliefs, and not only the ones that we have generated within ourselves, but also the ones that have been put upon us by our society and by our culture and by our family lineage. And really examining all of those, and then with honesty asking, where am I giving away my power? And then giving yourself permission to begin to take your power back. This is what's going to allow you to become more embodied. When you're living and leading from true, authentic power, it means that you are embodied. You are connected to your true essence. It also means that we stop playing into the paradigms that exist around us. So we stop playing into the belief that says productivity is tied to my self-worth. The more I can produce, the higher my output, the more I hustle, the more value it gives to me as a person. We consciously bring feminine wisdom into the way that we do things. What it will require of you is to drop within and check in with yourself. Instead of checking outside for guidance, is to begin to check in with yourself and then with radical honesty, feel what is true for me. What is happening inside of me, and what can I do to nurture, to nourish, and to support myself? And this becomes a daily devotional practice. Depending on your season of life and what's going on with you and where you are right now, that will determine what these devotional practices look like. So it might be yoga or journaling. I personally do a feminine embodiment movement practice, and I actually did a practice before I did this video just so that I can land more fully in my body. You can also consider things like creating rituals or prayer or invoking the goddess as types of devotional practices. Another devotional practice which ties in more with embodying the divine feminine is when you work with the divine feminine archetypes, which are a representation of this great divine feminine energy. So embodying the qualities and the attributes of that archetype not only allows that to then spill out into your life, but it also supports you to create that sustainable transformation within. So I'm curious to hear from you What other ways do you practice? What else are you doing to invite the divine feminine into your life? As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.